A man accidentally bought a strange toy in the form of a monkey doll, but it turned out that the doll was not just any doll. The doll could cause a terrible event if someone turned the lever behind the doll's back. The man wanted to return the toy, but unfortunately the shop owner did not allow it because the toy that had been purchased could not be exchanged or returned. The problem was that the man in the hat said that the doll was very strange and magical. A terrible disaster would occur if the doll started hitting the drum. After a few moments of arguing, the monkey doll raised its hand carrying a drumstick, then started hitting the drum. The man in the hat began to look scared and was sure that something terrible would happen there after the monkey doll finished its performance as if nothing had happened. But it turned out to be true. An accident occurred in the shop caused by a rat biting a rope. The rope released a small spear that hit the shop owner. The man in the hat felt that this was too much. There was no other way but to destroy it. He burned the monkey doll, hoping that the doll would disappear forever. Several years have passed. These two are Hal and Bill. They are siblings. Although siblings, but Hal is very upset and hates his brother. He often gets bullied, even wants to finish him off. Unfortunately, he doesn't have the courage for that. Hal and Bill live with their mother named Louie, so it turns out that Hal and Bill are the children of the man in the hat at the beginning of the film. Their mother said that their father suddenly disappeared, asked permission to go buy cigarettes, but never came back. Because of that, their mother hates their father very much. Even Louie will never want to touch the belongings of Hal and Bill's father. Because curious, finally Hal and Bill opened their father's belongings, and one of them was the monkey doll. How did the toy get there? Behind the box there was a writing, "Turn the key and see what will happen." Bill didn't like the doll, so he let Hal have it. Hal, who was curious, finally turned the key that was behind the monkey doll's back. And it seemed nothing happened. The next morning, Hal and Bill left with their nanny named Annie. They went to a Japanese restaurant. At first, everything seemed fine, but suddenly when the cooking show happened, Annie's neck split and she died. Those who were there didn't know how it could happen. Of course, Hal and Bill felt lost. But in Hal's mind, he felt, did this happen because he turned the key on the monkey doll? Even so, their mother tried to comfort Hal and Bill. Everyone will eventually die. Old and young will definitely experience it. We don't even know how we meet our death. The next day, the monkey doll was in Hal's room. Somehow it could be there, even though he never felt like he brought the doll into the room. When he was at school, Hal was teased by Bill and his friends, until it made him very upset. Hal even screamed when his mother asked him. Hal was very upset and hoped that Bill would just disappear from this world. Hal then turned the key on the monkey doll. Then the monkey doll started to act. A few moments later, Bill came home and greeted his mother. But his mother looked stiff. She turned around and her eyes were bleeding, until something exploded in her hand, and in the end her mother died. The one who lost the most was Bill. He never expected his mother to die in such a tragic way. How could this happen? While Hal was confused about what to say, he looked silent and seemed to realize that his actions were very dangerous. Since their mother died, Hal and Bill were raised by their uncle and aunt. Hal wanted to end this problem. He was sure that this monkey doll was the cause. He chopped the doll and strangely it bled. Hal and Bill moved to his uncle and aunt's house. They also brought some things there. That night, Bill seemed to see something behind the window, and it turned out to be the monkey doll. Wasn't the doll destroyed by Hal? This time Hal told Bill what happened to the doll. The doll was not an ordinary doll. It seemed that the doll was cursed. When the key behind the doll's back was turned, a disaster would happen. At first, Bill didn't believe it and turned the key, and sure enough, their uncle became the victim. This became an endless problem. Their uncle died while hunting. Then a herd of horses came and trampled him until he became like porridge. Knowing that the doll was very dangerous, finally Hal and Bill decided to throw it into a well near their uncle's house. After that, they hoped that strange events would not befall them or the people around them. Unfortunately, it seems that it does not apply. Their aunt is now the one who is affected by the disaster. Her head was burned by fire and stuck in the front fence of the house. It was really terrible. 25 years have passed since the incident. Hal and Bill separated. It is known that they have never communicated for 10 years. Hal is now an adult and works in an office. Besides that, Hal is also married and has children. Unfortunately, their marriage did not last long. He decided to separate, but in a bad state. Hal was also asked to take care of his son. On the other hand, a young man came to the former house of Hal and Bill's uncle. There was an auction of used goods. One of them was the monkey doll. The young man was named Trasher. Trasher bought the doll at a cheap price and took it home. Meanwhile, Hal was with his son named Petey. At that time, they were in a motel that planned to go out of town. Their relationship was also not going well. Hal soon received a call from someone, and it turned out to be Bill. How did he know his phone number? The bad relationship between them continued. Bill even mentioned Hal's child, and that made Hal dislike it. When he was on the phone, an accident happened there. Hal was almost hit by an electrical box. Then the box hit the water coming out of the hose that led to the swimming pool. At the same time, a woman was swimming, then she exploded into several parts. Hal was sure this must be the monkey doll's doing. Bad incidents continued to emerge. Hal and Petey returned to his uncle's house. He wanted to look for items that might be used. But unfortunately, another terrible disaster happened. Hal thought why these incidents kept happening. Did anyone find the monkey doll and turn the key? So it turns out what Hal thought was right. 25 years ago, Bill took back the monkey doll. Bill still can't lose his mother. Then he heard Hal say that he had turned the key to the monkey doll, which would later cause terrible things to happen around him. Bill began to think maybe his mother's death was because of Hal who turned the key to the doll. Even Bill had time to think maybe Hal also wanted to finish him off using the doll. Yes, everything Bill said was true. Hal did do that, but he didn't really want to hurt Bill, let alone their mother. Now Bill wants revenge. He wants to teach Hal a lesson. Bill told Trasher to bring Hal and Petey to him. Bill was in a building. If he wanted to be safe, Bill asked Petey to go up to him while Hal was in the car with Trasher. Bill told Petey to turn the key to the monkey doll, and something started to happen. Bill hoped that the victim would be Hal. But in fact, the victim was Trasher. Bill, who was not satisfied, asked Petey to turn the key again. But Petey heard Hal's voice and left. Meanwhile, Bill was upset and wanted to destroy the monkey doll, but instead he lost. The monkey doll beat its drum again, indicating that there would be chaos again. Not long after, Hal came and woke Bill up. They are brothers. Hal also did not mean to kill Bill at that time. After making up, Bill became a victim of the monkey doll. Not only Bill out there, chaos happened just because of the strange doll. After this, Hal and Petey did not know where to go. The only hope to survive, they had to stay together, leaving and staying away from the monkey doll until forgetting it.